I've had the DB Journey Backpack Pro for a little over 8 months now, so I thought it was time for a proper review. Now this backpack is not by any means cheap. It does come in at $269 USD, which is quite a lot for a backpack, especially if you're wanting to use it as a camera backpack. You also have to account for the camera insert that DB Journey themselves sell. They have just the CIA camera insert and the CIA Pro. So that you may have to add another $89 to $120 USD. First, let's run through the positives. I'm a big fan of the material that they use all the way around the backpack. It makes it super clean and very easy to clean and wipe off any water if you're out caught in the rain or any sort of debris or dirt that you may put your backpack into. It's pretty easy to wipe clean. The material that they used here is more fabric-y, so this can stain. So I have noticed that some, like down here, there's kind of some dirt that I haven't been able to really clean off that well. I haven't really tried, but for normally, if I just wanted to wipe it down, this material, you may need a little bit more dedication to actually keep it clean. That also goes as well as to the bottom material. Now, it's not bad. I don't mind this material. However, if you do place this on a wet puddle or you accidentally put it down on the floor where it gets wet, this will hold a lot of water in it, so you will have to dry the bottom. But I wish to use this material on the bottom because I think that would help without if you do set it by accident on any water or liquidy stuff. Now, still on the material side of things, I do love the way that they designed and made this material because, as you can see, this backpack can stand up on its own, which is kind of a huge thing. I've gone through many backpacks in which where you'll place it down and the first thing it does is tip over, which many of us have found that really annoying. This backpack will stand up on its own with or without heavy items inside. Now, one major thing that I look into on a backpack, especially for daily use, is a dedicated water pocket. Thankfully, the Backpack Pro does have it. It's on the other side. It's made out of this stretchy, thin material. Now, because of its stretchy material, it does accommodate a rather bigger water bottle if need be. I think you'll be pretty set in stretching this out. But because of this material, I have noticed it's really easy to nag it and kind of make holes. I've noticed that I have a few holes in this. I have been using this for quite some time. Again, a little over 8 months now, but I kind of wish that they use a different type of stretchy material only because, like I said, you can make holes in this. It's pretty easy if you get this caught with some like Velcro. You'll get those little, I don't know if you guys could tell at all, but there's little small micro holes at the bottom. Not a huge deal. I get it. You're gonna get some wear and tear in any sort of bag that you get, but nevertheless, I do love a dedicated water bottle pocket. Now, taking a look at the front of the backpack, it does come with 2 straps here, which can easily hook on and off. I really like placing a sweater, especially depending where I'm going. If I may be hot or cold, I usually tend to slip my sweater up front here. It's pretty easy. Others have used it for bigger drones or even gimbals. You could put up here. Obviously, it's not going to be protected by any means, but it beats carrying it in your hand. Now, on this other side of the backpack, you get 2 really small straps as well, hook straps. And here I found it that it's been really great for umbrellas, obviously the smaller kind. I haven't noticed that it falls from here either. You can kind of cinch it down depending on the item that you have, whether that be an umbrella or a small tripod. Now, one of my favorite features about this backpack is the top pocket. This allows me to store my daily things that I need quick access to, such as chapstick, my cell phone, my wallet, my keys, and little items like that. AirPods, they fit perfectly here. It's lined with a really nice, it's like almost like a microfiber cloth type thing, but nevertheless, it's really good material. Now, this top pocket also features a key ring, which I will be honest, I never ever use these in any bags. I find them cumbersome rather than helpful. Nevertheless, it's there if you like it. And as I use this backpack more and more, I have loved this top pocket and how quick and easy it is to grab things from here at the top, regardless of where you place your backpack. One particular case that I've had it really come in handy has been in airplanes. You know how you have to stow away your personal item at the bottom of the front seat? So I place it like this, and let's say I need my AirPods or I need wired headphones or I need chapstick, hand sanitizer, things like that. I don't have to remove the backpack. I can just hunch down, open up this bag, access the items that I need, zip it back up, and it's still in its place underneath the front seat. Now let's get into the inside of the bag. First thing I want to mention are these 3 pockets. They offer for great organization. Typically, I have my little leather organizer planner thing that I keep hard drives. I also store my batteries, whether it be for my camera and or monitor, but that it allows you to have some more organization internally. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but they also have two very long side pockets. I haven't really found much of a use for them because they're so slim, you can't overstuff it. And if you do use a camera insert in here, it's gonna really limit the space that you have that you can use for the side pockets. Now, if you just get the backpack alone with no camera inserts, this is what you get, a vast open space. Now, this does allow you to use this for several things, whether that be for luggage, like suitcase, where you wanna pack some clothes, shoes, toiletry items, you can, because you have this big open spot. However, I purchased this not as a suitcase or luggage, but rather as a camera backpack. So I did buy initially the CIA camera insert. Now with that one, it does allow me to have some space up here at top of the camera inserts for miscellaneous things, my toiletry bag, medicine, whatever it may be. I have room here. Plus, it allows for the top pocket to really take advantage of that space. Now, when I do need more equipment or I need to carry both my laptop and iPad, I will switch the camera insert for the CIA Pro. Now, this thing will take up the entire spot. You still can use the top pocket, even though it seems like it's really squished up, because it does go about up here. I could still keep the same amount of things in this top pocket, whether I have the CIA camera insert or the CIA Pro. Now, the only difference with the Pro is that I can hold the iPad inside, which is kind of nice for organization. And again, when I need to bring both laptop and iPad. The CIA Pro does have a dedicated like tablet pocket. It's kind of funky configuration because you do have to lay your backpack completely flat in order to access the iPad pocket, but it does fit my iPad 11-inch Pro with the Magic Keyboard perfectly. So no real complaints there. Now, fun fact, I was actually really close on selling or returning this backpack when I initially bought it. Honestly, I can't even tell you what my reasons were. I just wasn't convinced. I guess it didn't live up to the hype. So I gave it to my mom to use for a while because she really loved the colorway, and I said, oh, go ahead, use it. If you like it, keep it. But she didn't like it because one con that I didn't like about it is that if you do carry this without a camera insert, all of your items are just going to be kind of disorganized, a huge mess. And obviously, as you're traveling, walking around, all your items are going to be moved to the bottom. So whether you initially organize it to have the heavier things up top and some lighter things on bottom, all of that is going to go all over the place because there is no internal storage of any kind. Plus, it is it's not a super stiff backpack. It holds its shape, but it's not rigid. So that does allow for the items to kind of all move around as you're walking around. Now that does cause the backpack to be really heavy, again, because all the items are falling to the bottom of the bag. Now, if you do plan on carrying heavy items or packing it with a lot of gear or using it as a luggage, you do have the option as a removable waist strap. So that does come included with the backpack. It just slides back here, easily to remove. It also comes with a really nice magnetic chest strap here. I've been really, really loving how easy it is to snap this on and off. This has been one of my favorite features. So you do have some sort of support when it is really heavy, but I wouldn't say it's like the most comfortable that you would then want to go hiking with a bunch of gear. Once my mom pretty much gave up on this bag as well because it was just too heavy for her for the items that she was using, I decided to give it another chance, mainly because I knew I wouldn't be able to sell it for what I bought it. And going back to the price tag, it wasn't cheap. So I wasn't willing to lose out on that investment. I thought, okay, I'm going to give this backpack another try. I'm going to use it as my daily driver. Anytime I go traveling, this is the bag that I'm going to use. And I'm really glad that I did. Overall, I've just been really, really pleased with what this backpack can hold, how it feels on my body. Even though it's a 26 liter, it just feels and fits good on my body frame. I don't feel like I have this huge shell on my back, such as I did with the Peter McKinnon nomadic backpack. That thing was like the size of me. That was huge. I felt like I couldn't like walk in crowded areas because I was just gonna bump into everyone. This is perfect for the city to be walking around when traveling. It looks great. It's not huge, yet you can stuff it with a lot of stuff. I've been really pleased with the amount of gear that I could put into this. Now, although I have been raving about this backpack, no bag is perfect by any means. So let's point out a few flaws. This one isn't like a huge deal, but the 3 mesh pockets that I showed you earlier on the interior side, that kind of helps with organization. If you do have items in there, but let's say you have the rest of the bag kind of empty, it kind of does this like weird thing where it sinks in and it makes it really floppy and hard to open and close easily because it's not even, if that makes sense. As soon as you open it up and you have things in the organization pockets, it tends to just flop Again, not a major thing, but just something to note. And I just did notice with time and time that it was just kind of harder, more cumbersome to close it up because I had to make sure that they lined up. Sometimes the top compartment would like sink in, the zippers wouldn't line up. Just a little quirk. Now, still on the topic of mesh pockets, the two interior mesh pockets that are on the inside of the main compartment, I really haven't found a big use for them. If they weren't there to start with, I don't think that a lot of people really mind or even notice. The only thing I really keep on the inside here, I keep body wipes for super hot days, especially when I'm on shoots or I have to be outside for a long period of time. You don't want to be stinky. I do carry some quick, clean smelling body wipes on the side here. So those inside mesh pockets do tend to help to keep that sort of thing organized. Other than that, I haven't really found a big use case scenario for them. Now the laptop compartment, which is back here on the back of the bag. If you have a dedicated zipper, it has its own dedicated compartment, which is always great for easy access, especially at airports, so you don't have to open up the main compartment. It's just here. So it does advertise that you can fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro or a 16-inch laptop. However, I have the 15-inch MacBook Pro, I believe it's a 2019, and sometimes, especially when I have this bag packed with a lot of gear or things inside, I guess it's natural or you would expect for this top right here to kind of push in again because there's so much inside. So I do have to kind of put my hand first to push back the items, and it's a super tight fit. I don't have a 16-inch laptop to test it out, but I feel that the 15-inch is a pretty tight fit in here. As far as how easy it is to take it out and in, you probably could fit a 16. I'm not saying they're lying, but you're probably just gonna have to kind of struggle a little bit to take it in and out. Now, I do wish this interior was lined with something a little bit softer. Not that I've seen any scratches on any of my electronic devices when storing it back here. However, just for the peace of mind, I would have preferred like maybe some sort of microfiber lining. Something just on the softer side of things would have been a nice touch. As I mentioned before, no backpack is absolutely perfect, but with the time that I've had with the Backpack Pro, it has served me well. I've been enjoying it. It feels great. I like what I can carry in it. Yes, it has its limitations, but it works for me. So I've been super pleased with this. If you have any questions about the backpack in specific that I didn't go over in this video, feel free to comment down below. I read all of them and I would love to respond to you guys. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one.